for an opening comment.
Really, I think we should all just talk to these guys. They showed a tremendous amount of heart. We talked about it yesterday. We didn't have to say a whole lot. Everyone knew what the mission was for today. I think, now I know, when they showed up at the yard today, you can see a different look from each and every one of them. Confidence raging, resiliency. You had a guy coming off a couple of days rest, going out there and striking out 5 to finish up the game. You know, all of our pitchers did a great job. Jared came out with great mentality, sinking the ball down the zone, firing guys up. It seemed like non-stop energy and push, and just I couldn't be prouder of these guys at this moment. When, you know, if anyone ever doubted their capabilities, you got a guy up here with a brace on his hand that hits the go ahead run, who's just about as tough as they come. And I'm just so proud of these guys up here and those guys in the clubhouse and how tough they are.
Question.
Coop, when was the last time you had pitched in relief, and have you ever picked up a save before?
In relief, it was probably Fort Worth last year, and that didn't really turn out how we wanted to, but I'd say that was the last time. And what was the other part of that question? Sorry.
Have you ever picked up a save, you know, at any level before?
My freshman year, I did the 13 games or whatever before COVID hit. I think I had 1 or 2. But other than that, no.
This is a normal bullpen day for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was supposed to be.
Yeah. So it's kind of I mean, maybe Mitch could, both you guys could speak to that. Just, was that part of the plan? Just.
I mean, it's all hands on deck. You lose, you go home. So before the game started, I told him I was ready, and he knew that. So we were both on the same page, and that mattered.
Jacob, saw some energy from you, you know, going a little bit of a slump, but especially after that home run when you rounded first. How did it feel? A couple of big hits, you know, bust out of that, helped your team to a big win, now get on to the Supers.
Yeah, I mean, that was big. Obviously struggled pretty mightily over the regional. It didn't show up the way that I wanted to. Kind of let that affect me mentally last night, and felt like today was just a big day to come out and break out of that and get back just to being me. So obviously that hit in the first was big for the confidence, and then being able to put a couple more good swings on balls today was really big for me. Obviously the homer helped the team out. But yeah, I mean, just everybody top to bottom having good ABs today just kind of really set the tone, and it made it easier on everybody else.
Are you dealing with a hamstring injury or any injury?
No, I was just a little sore down in Arizona. Nothing too crazy though.
Getting tested like this as you guys were pushed to the brink, how might that help you moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a big thing for us all year. Got a lot of adversity, and we've battled through a lot of stuff, and I think that's the biggest thing about this team is we have a lot of heart, and we've fought through a lot more stuff than most teams in the country. So I think that's something that's going to suit us really well down the stretch. Just being able to see it through and stick with us is something that's been really important for us, and it's helped us out a lot this year.
Matthew, can you lead us through your at-bat that you had with the homer, and just what went through your mind when the ball hit the bullpen?
Yeah, you know, I got into a 2-strike approach and just wanted to put ball in play, and the guy was doing a good job of getting in a lot on me, so that was kind of their plan to get me out a little bit, was coming in, and I just saw the slider down and I just went at it, and it was a good feeling, that's for sure. Yeah.
Did you think it was gone, or was
I knew I hit it hard enough, I just didn't know if it had enough under it to get out over that fence, but as soon as I saw it, it's a good feeling, for sure.
And what was the reaction in the dugout when it went out?
It went crazy.
I was in the bullpen, so I heard the smack of the bullpen roof, so it was fun.
Yeah.
Mitch, to score the first run in the first inning, state your presence early in the game after a loss yesterday. How big do you think that was to make that first impression?
We crushed it, and right at that moment, it's always a start. It's possibly the last game of the year, and going out there, and it was something elevated. I believe it was a cutter, and he ripped it. He's got great hands. Putting us on the board right there, you can exhale a little bit, and at the same time, that first guy's running through and chest bumping everyone. it just carries on to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. No doubt, big momentum right there out the gate. Because now everyone knows for the rest of the game, watch out for Boyd. He's on fire. He can turn stuff around. And then the next guy does it, and the next guy. It's like, I think one thing, you know, it took a 3-0 rip, that one on a heater, and the next pitch is a breaking ball, ball 4. You know, showing that you're going to be ready 3-0. Okay, well, maybe we're not going to just lay one in there too. So, the guys being present, regardless of the count, battling up on 2-strike approach. We're seeing our guys, was Duke, Gretler, Dirty down in the order right there, passing the baton. Not even just passing the baton, working big at bats. Dernetti had a 2-strike line drive up the middle, score some runs. That was huge. And you know, I know, you know, he had missed a ball on a routine ground ball for him, but everyone was right there with him, picking him up. I know it can really drag you down, but he stayed with it, and he had a great day at the plate. And other than, you know, that, he was present and he was ready to roll.
Jacob, Bradfield took away extra base hits from you and Travis out there at the wall. After a play like that, is that are you feeling positive because you put a good hit on it, or is it just can't believe I don't have more to show for this, or because your next time out you hit it basically the same part of the park, just maybe 10 feet further?
Yeah, honestly, the way that I showed the first 3 games, I was just happy to hit the ball hard. To be completely honest with you, the guy's a phenomenal athlete, so I really wasn't too surprised he tracked that down. I mean, the guy absolutely flies. So, yeah, I mean, I think for me the biggest thing was just taking confidence from getting a good swing off and squaring the ball up. So that's really all I took away from that. Obviously, it would have been nice to drive in a couple runs there, but I think kind of at that point in the game, we started barreling balls up off of their starter, and I think we kind of just carried that through the lineup after that.
Coach, what's your normal bullpen? Like, how many pitches will you normally throw in a Monday bullpen?
20 max.
20 max.
It's usually 5 to 6 of each pitch.
So, and will you still be good to go Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel good right now, so
Yeah.
I don't know about in a few hours.
Any other questions?
For each of the players, Super Regional hasn't happened here in some time. None of you have played in Super Regional here. Obviously today was win or season over, but how much extra added motivation is there to continue keep playing at home on your road to hopefully Omaha?
I mean, playing in front of Goss, I mean, you could just see in those last couple of innings, especially when Coop came in, getting those 2 or 3 strikeouts in the first inning he came in, and it was just, you know, with those fans, you want to keep everything here. The road's got to go through through Goss to go to Omaha, and that's what we want to just keep going. So, felt good.
Like Red said, they're the best fans in the world, and I know the last time I was in here, they asked me a similar question to how special are these fans, and I said it was the loudest they've ever been, and I think they broke that today. I mean, they're going crazy, and I love it. And like I said last time, it's absolutely surreal.
Yeah, kind of add on to that, this place is special for sure. Coming in 3 years ago, the COVID year, could have only dreamed about how loud and how many fans we get, especially for the postseason. I mean, it's a really special place, and they show up and they support us through thick and thin. So I think having the opportunity to come out and play in front of them in a Super Regional is really all we could ask for. So I think we're all excited to have that opportunity this coming weekend.
What about Auburn? You guys probably don't know much about them, I assume.
Just day by day.
Yeah.
Mitch, they scored 43 runs in 3 games. They can hit a little better, right? Auburn?
Yep.
What do you think of them as a team?
We really haven't dug into them that much. You know, each week when whatever opponents we're facing, our analytics team, our coaching staff, we jump on and start checking all of our resources and find out everything we can about them. We're going to start prepping for next weekend here after a shower. You know, and planning out, making sure that we're prepping on the field practice, in the weight room, what we're going to be eating this week, when we're going to be resting. It's finals week. So we're going to take care of the classroom too. You know, it's just all little things. And I think, you know, it's a big thing for these guys today and tomorrow to get some good rest and recover, take care of their bodies, calm the mind a little bit, and you know, and then when Wednesday and Thursday we'll get some good practice going. But that's one thing that you know I think we do a really good job with our coaching staff is diving into our opponents and making sure we're well prepared. It brings a lot of confidence on our end, knowing what the situations are and how to prepare our guys. But for them, it's going to be rest, recover, and make sure that we're keeping our strengths. And one of those biggest strengths these guys got is their heart.
Could you speak more to that resiliency? Because from our perspective, you guys didn't lose back-to-back games until the last week of the season. So beyond Pac-12 and that, we didn't see a lot of that.
Oh, sorry, can you say that again?
The resiliency, just the adversity that you guys faced. From our perspective, you just didn't face,
Right, and so to that, and just if you guys want to add on this too, I think there's a lot of things that as a very tight group, as a family, we keep a lot of things in house, and as things are, people go through hard times, we keep it close, and there's a lot that people don't necessarily know about what these guys go through on a day-to-day basis. I mean, there's no doubt we are very fortunate here at Oregon State and this program and all the resources we have and everything, but whether or not a guy has some physical ailments or stuff going on at home or difficulty in the classroom, whatever it may be, we don't necessarily look at anything as hardship. There's some opportunity there, right? They love hearing me say that. That's a great opportunity to get better, no big deal. But I don't think that we don't like to complain. And so we don't necessarily bring it out front and start talking about any of the stuff that's going on too much. Not that there's anything crazy, but it's, it's not just about one person. We care about the guy next to us, and when they go through a hard time, we wear it with them. So, and you're right, it hasn't been, we had that 4-game stretch, of losing games, but for us, it's not just about the game. There's so much more to who these guys are in this program than just wins and losses. So if we're just talking specifically baseball, yeah, there's been a couple bumps here and there, but all in all, we care about, every little piece of these guys' lives.
Everybody good?
Thanks, man.